Welcome to Dustin's Vinyl. Here's your host, Dustin Chafin.
Yeah. Oh, that riff never gets old.
It's hard to say your name while playing the riff, I just realized.
Yeah, and then my dancing doesn't help. That's the worst chair dancing of all time. Like that aunt, the drunk aunt at the wedding. Jesus,
I love it. Yeah.
That's my moves.
I like it.
Drunk aunt. That's what I'm going for. We
nailed
got to
it.
make that a whole song. I think we'll make it it's a good riff. We should make it a song, a blues rock song or something. We'll mess with it.
Yeah.
We got Jeffrey Paul, who's a professional singer now, so we'll just all do a
Singer,
band.
dancer,
We'll all do
actor,
a band.
extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. All right, we'll bring this riff-raff in a little early, so we don't just talk about them while they're not in here yet. That's the worst. All right, everybody, welcome to Dustin's Vinyl. Let's bring in the other co-hosts, Adam Holtz and Jeffrey Paul, everybody. Woo. Yay. What's up, fellas?
How is everybody?
What's up, Adam? You do kind of look like that guy he was talking about. Anyway.
Is it the beard or is it?
Yes.
Yeah, the beard.
You're way better looking.
How long
way better looking. You're a good-looking guy. Good-looking guy. And you're not as annoying, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. That's all right.
I like him.
Of course you do, Anthony. You're a sweet guy. You're not a, jerk like me. I almost got kicked off ComedyHub twice. You know what I mean? Like that's nobody on Comedy Hub had to have a meeting, but I had like 3. Stop being moody. I'm a perfectionist. I can't help it. Yeah, good to see you guys. How we doing? You have a good week? Jeffrey, what'd you do? Did you do some comedy?
Yeah, shows over the weekend. A lot of fun. This was a great weekend. I think Martin Luther King weekend usually is a good one anyway. But this was like particularly. I was in Jersey. I was in the city, and shows were like packed. Every night. So it was really a good.
Oh, okay. So that's what was great about Martin Luther King. Not all the peace and love that he brought to the world.
Yeah, we got a holiday at the right time.
This makes the shows better. Sunday night shows are always way better.
Yeah,
nobody's working. Yeah,
right.
Nobody's working.
They've been in the house for 2 weeks. Time to get back out. Yeah, and the weather was nice in New York.
Nice. I like it. How about you, Adam? What are you working on these days? You production stuff or?
Yeah, mostly production stuff, some editing, and just trying to get some more jobs with the LED panels.
Nice. Every time I see it, an LED panel, I think of you. Just every time there's like at least 4 screens together. It's like, Adam might have done that. I don't know.
Right.
Might have done that. How about you, Anthony? What'd you do? Cry? What'd you do this week?
I was crying because it rained so much in LA.
It is weird when it rains out here because you're like, come on, that's when we moved here. What do you move here for? Rain? We moved for the sunshine.
I didn't even know it rained this much. I wake up every day. I'm like, is this real? Come on.
For the first year I was here, it didn't rain at all. It rained the very first day we moved in, and then it didn't rain at all.
And then Anthony moved in.
Yeah,
Anthony I brought it with me.
He brings the rain. He does.
I am so sorry. I bought a couple of new guitars.
Nice.
This week.
How many guitars you have?
Well, I got a couple of cheap ones. I'm going to see if I could do something with. Working on.
You have them? You want to show them? A little show and tell? What do you got?
Yeah. I'll hold it up.
Yeah, this is a show and tell show.
Got this one.
Ooh, I like that. A little blue. What kind of guitar is that?
So this is a cheap. The company is called Axel.
Okay.
So I got that for $140, and it actually sounds pretty good for $140.
Okay. All right. You got another one? What do you got?
I got this one for $175. It is
nice.
It's called a Frankencaster.
Frankencaster.
It's a Stratocaster made of parts from other guitars.
Ooh, very Eddie Van Halen of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that was also a cheap one. It was like $175 or something. And they sound pretty good for cheap guitars.
Where are you buying your guitars? You like going to flea markets or what?
I got this one. I got from Reverb.com. It's like
online.
eBay
Wow,
for
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then the other one I got on OfferUp.
Oh, so all online. I mean, I feel like a guitar is like shoes. Don't you gotta like try it and feel it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's why I bought a couple of cheap ones because I don't know if I'm going to keep them.
I got you.
You know,
just
I
sell
might
'em back.
just sell them. It's just kind of fun. You get a new one. Like the first one, the guy came to me, dropped it off. The other one came in the mail just now. So it's fun. And then maybe I'll sell them.
Guitar's in the mail. My guitar's in the mail. Let's get it. Just shoot your eye out. All right.
And I got another booster, so I could go out in the world.
Wow.
Are you guys doing that still?
Nah, man. That's dude. That's gonna kill you, dude. That
think
last
so?
one is gonna take you down. Man, you kidding me? I'm French kissing people on the airplane. I don't care. I'm done, dude. I'm done. It's like, really? What? All right, did you get sick?
I felt a little kind of a little sick the day after.
I don't know, man. I think I mean, I understand why you would, but I just can't do it anymore. I have like CVS fatigue. I can't just go in there again. You know what I mean? Like,
It is weird getting a shot at a CVS. I know they have a pharmacy there, but
yeah,
it's
it
weird
is.
that they just put up like a what do you call it? Like a divider, like you're going to change clothes or something, and they pull out a syringe.
Yeah,
at a
you should.
CVS.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to get a vaccine at a place that sells Snickers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something's not right about that.
Yeah, it feels off.
Feels off. Did anybody get vinyl this week? Anybody have a random pool?
Well, I got something to show.
What do you got? What do you got, man?
All right, so I got this for Christmas, and it is the it's the Pocket Operator Record Factory. It's basically pretty much an easy bake oven for records.
What?
Oh, wait, you can make records on there?
Yeah, you can make. And I never heard about this before. I still have to. It's actually a DIY kit. You have to kind of build
That's
it.
cool as hell.
Oh my gosh.
But,
You can record a record.
yeah, you record records. It comes with an app. You just plug it in, or you can plug anything in and just record to it. It's 4 minutes on. You can record both sides, 4 minutes on each side.
Oh, that's pretty short record.
So it's 5-inch records.
How many records can you make?
As many as you want. It comes with I think it comes with 10, and then you can buy them for about I think it's $2 a piece, $2 a piece.
Not bad.
Look at Anthony's brain churning.
That would be good for my fan club that I've been. I got my Bandcamp.
4
fan
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I guess I could do 2 jokes.
Yeah.
club.
Joke A and joke B. I like it.
Yeah.
No, that's cool though. I mean, it's fascinating how so you just I like that stuff. When I was a kid, I liked the compact stuff like the Snoopy snow cone machine and
Yeah.
the baker oven thing the girls had. Like I like all that stuff. It's like teaches you how to do stuff. And I mean, you're probably too old for this, but is it for kids or is it for regular people? It's probably complicated, right?
Yeah, I mean it actually comes with a magazine with a bunch of let me see who was in it.
So it's not for kids.
Jeff
It's not for like
Mills.
12-year-olds.
Right. It's
Just because the 4 minutes feels
pretty
like
complicated. I mean, like
Yeah.
these are the instructions right here, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it
And I
takes about
tap
2
out
hours.
immediately.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. What happened, Jeff?
I tap out immediately. When you got a book as your instruction manual, no, it's too much effort, too much time.
It's vinyl though. How you think it's
Hey, it's good.
It's supposed to be easy to make vinyl?
No, make a single. Remember those?
What is
Look
it?
who's using it?
Who is that?
Is that the guy from Devo?
Devo, yeah.
Mark Mothersby.
Nice. Oh,
wearing the
Andy's,
Devo- I'm
Andy's
wearing
buying it tomorrow.
I'm wearing
Wait,
the
you got the
t-shirt.
And that goes with the theme.
That's
that
why I
album
wore the
came
shirt.
out in 1978.
1978.
I like it.
We're talking
Wow.
about.
Let's keep it going. And this album here.
Oh, I'm glad
classic.
you have
came
that
out
one.
1978.
78. That's right.
You know what?
Great.
One of my favorite
Oh, you're gonna
Clash
talk
songs
about-
of all time is on that one.
Which one? Which one's your favorite?
Tommy Gun.
Oh,
Tommy Gun. That's a
Gun.
great Tommy Gun. Yeah, that's a great song. Cheapskate, European is good. We got, and then this one, Cars.
Oh yeah.
Nice. The
Also,
Cars. That's a great.
1978.
That's like more than half of their greatest hits on that album.
Yeah.
That's a great album.
It's really solid. And I have some others, but they actually go with the song, so I'll just bring them up.
Oh, okay. I have some 1978 records that I had talked about some of these before, so I'll just hold them up quickly.
That's 78? Okay.
Elvis Costello. This
Anthony,
year's
Pump It
models,
Up is on that one?
Pump It Up is, it's on this
Yeah,
one.
it's a great one. Sammy
No
Hagar just
Action.
remade that.
And this came out in, did this? Yeah, I think this came out.
Get the Knack.
Was this, I think it was 78.
That's 79, isn't it?
79? Okay, wait. This one definitely came out in 78.
Yeah, my Sharona.
Nice. Look at that. Steve Martin.
Martin,
Like
a wild and crazy guy. I had other 70s that weren't necessarily 79, but
78.
72?
78.
78.
Yeah.
Son of Schmilson, Harry.
Well, now we're just doing, we're just doing 72.
I'm just showing. Because that one I never talked about.
Well, this one's 79. This is Allman Brothers. Yeah.
Oh, it's a great one.
Yeah. Light and Rogue. Very cool. So very excited today, guys. If you're listening, watching, I guess you're just watching right now. If you could chat us up at the chat log here at Twitch TV at ComedyHub, and let us know if there's any 1978 songs that you like, or albums, or whatever. We're doing 1978 today. And Jeff, take us away.
All right. Well, 78 is one of my favorite years in music. If you're looking at albums, you're looking at stuff like the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. You're looking at the Cars, the one that you just showed, the debut album. You have the Police's debut album came out in that. Stained Class by Judas Priest has probably my favorite Priest song, Exciter, on it. There's a lot of great albums that came out in 78. A lot of great songs, a lot of mixture of songs. You had the great Barry Manilow with Can't Smile Without You. You had Journey, Wheel in the Sky. I think this may have been the debut of Steve Perry. Chic, Le Freak, with one of the all-time great bass lines.
It's a great song.
Yeah, George Benson's On Broadway, another song that I always loved. But so I love 78. But yes, I mean, to do a set list, of 6 songs, which is
Mixtape,
really hard. Yeah, which is really hard to do. But so I tried to narrow it down to 6 songs that I like, that I really like, that still stick with me, that I can put them on to this day, and I don't get bored at all, and it still sounds fresh. So I think the first song I'll throw out there is my favorite Blondie song, which is "Hanging on the Telephone," off of Parallel Lines. I think it's a raw song. I think it's a song, it's a powerful song. It has that fast energy, and I think it's the band at their peak. To me, my favorite song.
Yeah, no, we covered that album on the show.
We did. We did.
I feel like that's definitely one of the standout songs. Yeah, I don't think I like that song until I hear it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I like that song. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those songs you don't think to listen to, and then when you hear it, you're like, oh, all right. It does have it's something about Blondie music in general that has a certain type of energy to it. Like it's of its own, really. Like Call Me and like things like it's just something about it. It makes you want to drive or dress up or strut in somewhere. Like there's just something about the energy.
A great drive song.
Yeah, just something about and this song's good too. It's a good drive song as well. But yeah, I love Blondie, and this song was is definitely a standout for them. Anthony, you like this song, right?
Yeah, I like it. I liked most of the album when we talked about. Was this the one? Was it this one or Call Me that was a cover?
This one.
Neither. This one is a cover.
This one, yeah.
I still don't think I've heard the original, but it's a great song, and I thought it was a nice way to start your mixtape playlist that you made.
Anthony, what do you think of the drums on this? Burke does something when he's kicking in this. It seems like it's like an instant of a beat, you know what I mean? It's not just like a constant boom boom 2-4 2-4. It has like a little almost delay with his foot. Do you pick that up?
I didn't pick up on anything with this particular song, but I saw them live a couple years ago, and I think it's still the same. I think he's still playing
He's
with
still in
him.
the band, yeah.
He's so good, and he was doing cool fills and stuff. He was like doing tricks, throwing the sticks around, and he's a great drummer. One thing that it's not this song, but on Heart of Glass, I love that at one point it goes from the standard 4/4 beat to I think it's in 7 or something, which is so odd for it's like a disco song pretty much.
It
but
is a
they still
disco
have
song,
this
yeah.
one section that has like an odd time. So I didn't notice it in this particular song what he was doing, but this dude is he's a good drummer. I like
And in
what he
that
does.
song, a lot, in Heart of Glass, a lot of hi-hat.
Yeah, he's doing kind of that disco. Yeah.
It's right.
But
it's interesting with all that David Grohl confessions,
Yeah.
now you hear it now when he said he basically just took from all these 70s funk bands and stuff.
Yeah, it's the
like he owns it, but yeah, he just like took all that stuff and
the Gap
apparently
band.
he's approached and talked to people, and told them, "Hey man, I ripped you off," and the guy's like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah. I would have never put it together. It's a very famous disco beat. But I never.
It's hard to unhear it. Once you know, you're like, oh, okay, I get all this stuff. But Adam, what do you think of this song from Blondie?
I think it's a fun, catchy power pop song, and until today, I didn't even really know that it was a cover. And
I didn't either.
The background is it was written by Jack Lee for his band The Nerves. It was, I guess, the lead single, but the album was such a commercial failure that it almost feels like this is just the actual version is this.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Somebody just makes it their own, and it's like it's hard to turn back. Because some songs, it's like the original was famous too, and then popular or whatever.
In the 60s and 70s, bands came out with sometimes 2, sometimes even 3 albums a year. And it was pretty common for them to cover each other's songs. You see that a lot. You see that a lot, especially with the Motown songs.
Very cool. All right, let's go to the next one.
All
I
right,
was gonna
next
do some
one.
chats, but I'll wait. Go ahead.
Okay, so the next one was this is an album that we covered. This is before Anthony was on the show, and I think before Adam.
Did the show
actually
exist?
turned it.
That's the question.
Right. I think
We even here?
Dustin, this was the very first show that we did.
Yep.
And it may have been it wasn't the first song, but Ain't Talking About Love, Van Halen, off their debut album. There you go.
He's got it. He's got it on vinyl.
And
Nice.
it's
The original too.
Nice original press. Damn.
this song never gets old. I could listen to Eddie play all day. I could listen to Alex play. I mean, it's such a great song. I mean, to this day, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite Van Halen song, but it's probably in my top 5 Roth era songs.
Yeah, it's great. It was recorded in North Hollywood over by us, Anthony.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of those.
I'm sorry. This was one of the songs that was on the demo that Gene Simmons heard.
Ah, nice.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's a song that kind of.
You know what else was on it?
On the demo?
Yeah.
I
Other
think it was
stuff from that album?
I think it was 4 songs. I think it was this. I mean, everything that was on the debut. So it was that Running with the Devil.
Great song.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the other 2 songs were. And I remember, Gene Simmons wanted to produce the album, I think. But who winds up producing that? Ted Templeton? Am I could be wrong with that?
Who produced it?
All right, you keep talking.
Yeah.
Let's see. It is Ted Templeman.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why you're here, Adam. That's why you're here.
I just said it.
But you weren't sure.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. I was,
Yes.
all right, we got it. Sorry.
But and he used a lot of the band's ideas, and at the beginning of even Running with the Devil, all those horns, we had mentioned this before, is actually the band's horns, and that was Ted Templeton's idea. So he was a real innovative drummer, even though he also directed. Did he also? I believe he also did. Well, I'll get to another song. Okay, so I'm just curious what you guys have to say about Ain't Talking About Love, because we're going to bring Ted Templeton back into this.
What about you, Anthony? You like this song?
I love the whole album. This was one that I grew up listening to this. My mom had it on CD. I'm sure my uncle played this on vinyl. This was I always loved this album. It's great.
Yeah, this is definitely it's it's hard for them to follow this album. They've had such good albums and songs, but this is just a perfect debut album. I feel like it's I mean, they were good after, and there was some good Van Halen too. It's got some great songs on it, and there's some other stuff, and even their later stuff is kind of fun. But
I like the Gary Sharon stuff.
yeah, there's some good stuff. But this, I think, from top to bottom, every song is pretty great on this.
Yeah.
And you really get a feel for the band, and it's even though it's studio, it feels kind of live because they're just so talented. I mean, and then you'd never heard anything like Eddie Van Halen, so you're just like, what is going on? Adam, you seem like a fan.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean this is a great album front to back, and I was just reading about the song itself, and the original intention Eddie Van Halen said was to make this kind of a parody of a punk song, but it didn't. The intention didn't come through though. Yeah,
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, he said it didn't end up sounding punk, but that was the intention.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you don't know
you
what
miss the mark, and it still rocks.
That's your whole existence, Anthony.
Yeah, I miss the mark every time.
You start out trying to do this, and then you did it. It works. What are you gonna do?
It's the beauty of music.
So that's Jeff's mixtape song number 2.
Yeah.
Let's do song number 3.
Yeah, this is the song that got me into AC/DC. Produced by the Young brothers, brother George Young. They wind up later on replacing him with, I believe, Ted Templeton, with Down for a Highway to Hell. I think he comes in later on because the band has to get commercial because they didn't remember during the Bon Scott years they didn't have big time commercial success.
In Australia they were gigantic, but not in America.
Right, but not in the States, and this is the market you have to make it in. So the song is Sin City. I love the riff. I mean, I still remember all the words to the song. I think this is really Bon Scott raw, and I didn't know what it was about as a kid. I'm assuming it's about Vegas, but I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was just like all debauchery and Sodom and Gomorrah type of stuff. But I think isn't it about Vegas?
I'm sure it's their version of Vegas. I doubt they were trotting around Vegas. You know what I mean? It seems like it's probably something in Australia that's probably like Vegas, some sort of like Amsterdam or something. That's what I would think. It's more like Amsterdam or something. I don't think they were, hanging out on the strip.
But just the music and the riff and Bon Scott's voice. So I think as a kid, I never heard anything like that. And you talk about drums, I mean, the drums in this one are really good too. And the thing is, it's done in the studio with no tricks, and it's them playing, and it is so good. And I think not Angus, Malcolm gets a little, takes a back seat a little bit sometimes, but he's a great rhythm guitar player.
Oh yeah, he was great. I mean, you need everything. In order for somebody to shine like Angus, you need somebody else to kind of like keep everything else together, the groove. So yeah, this is probably the one everybody talks about. I've been on rock and roll shows and like people that are like real musicians, and they always bring up this one. I'm always like, I like Back in Black, and then everybody brings up Power Age or whatever. It's like it's definitely the beginning of something amazing, this album. And it's different than pretty much everything that they have. I think this is a very, because a lot of AC/DC albums, have a familiar sound. And I think this one stands out on its own a lot. And it's like, like you said, it's so raw, and, it's just the Bon Scott days are just, you can't touch those. And, I do love, the later stuff, but this is definitely, it's a great song too. I forget this song, it's like you don't think about certain songs until, we do the show and I'm like, oh shit, that is a good song. Why aren't I listening to that one? That's a great one. But yeah, this is a rocking album top to finish, and that's definitely a great song on there. Sin City, baby. I'll be there in 2 weeks. Catch me at the Wynn Hotel Casino. Adam, you like this AC/DC song, bro? You like Sin City? I've seen you karaoke. You drunk at the bar?
Right.
You'd like to party?
That was some Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. You get down with some sin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I enjoy Sin City. But I I still, you know what, AC/DC. I hadn't heard this album. I hadn't heard Power Age. They're a band that I still have to go back and do a deeper dive into. I'm more familiar with Back in Black and after that. Whereas like I haven't really listened to as much before. And it was the same thing when we did the live album too. That was kind of one of the there was maybe only one song I recognized off of it. And but no, I like the song, and it's really, I just gotta at some point just kind of figure out like where to start with their older stuff.
Yeah, the only time the AC/DC albums get bad is when they let Brian Johnson write the lyrics.
Can you understand what he even says?
Flick of the
Most
Switch,
of the time, no.
Fly on the Wall, like those are some of the worst ones. And they let him kind of write, and then they were like, "All right, dude, we're taking it back to the brothers. we're gonna take this back to the original, But they gave him a shot. Those are the only two bad albums: Flick of the Switch and Fly on the Wall. And after that, there's some good stuff after that. But anything like before, all the stuff before Back in Black is amazing. Like it's Dirty Deeds and all that stuff. There's just so many good ones.
You know what? Hold on a second. I'm just thinking, and maybe Anthony's since he's a musician in the group, the timing and the riff in Sin City. Do you kind of see it as like almost like a more of a little bit speeded up version of Jailbreak? The Thin Lizzy song.
I wish you would have told me all this stuff before, so I could have looked out for it.
So you know what you're talking about.
Let me, because I love that. I love Jailbreak. I'm gonna listen to it right now.
Yeah, the audience watch.
Yeah, they like.
Don't have the rights
listen.
to music.
Why not, Adam? We should be able to play music on the show.
Adam is not the person. It's ComedyHub. It's Twitch.
Yeah.
Well, let's blame Adam anyway.
It sounds like Jailbreak to you?
Adam's got nothing to do with it.
I don't care. Someone has to be the fall guy here. Why not Adam?
Adam would just not let us play music because he just doesn't want to let us.
We tried putting when we did that Van Halen episode, I think we tried putting like 2 seconds of each song in there and immediately got flagged.
What I used to do the days before Anthony, which we don't like to talk too much about, but I used to play it on my record player in Queens. And we would actually play it on my record, and it would come through as much as it could. It wasn't very loud, but that's what we used to do.
What do you think, Ant?
You're talking about
sound a little bit like that, yeah.
Jailbreak by Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy compared to
I don't hear it.
You don't see you don't hear like a little bit of a similarity there.
I mean, everything's a little bit of something. I mean, if you try to focus in on it.
Yeah. They would go great back to back on a mixtape, I think, but I don't know.
That should have been your fourth.
Yeah, that should have been.
That's not 78.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know offhand what year it was,
but I'll tell you what is 78.
Hey.
Next one. And now
I didn't even say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I'm sorry, bud. Good.
I love it. That's all.
I did that to Jeff last week, so it's fine.
Yeah. I love all the Bon Scott years the most.
So good.
And this is like Dustin. This is one I kind of forget about because my go-to for the Bon Scott era is the Dirty Deeds album.
Yeah, it's a great
one. I just love that one all the way through.
Too. So good.
But it's good to be reminded that there's other great Bon Scott era stuff that they did.
Yeah. Power Ridge is definitely one. I was upset that I didn't have it. I have like 5 albums. I don't have that one. And it's like I almost went out and bought it. And I was like, I got to stop just buying albums for Wednesdays at 7. It's like, I got to save a little money.
Right.
Very cool.
But anyway, now you can continue.
Yes.
Next pick.
Where are we at? 4? Is this 3 or 4?
This is number 4. And this is one of Anthony's favorite artists.
Mine too.
It is probably my favorite Springsteen song off of Darkness of the Edge of Town. And what I like about this song, I don't know if you've ever heard it live. It's the song is Prove It All Night. and he does an extended, sometimes 11, 12-minute version of it, and
Thank
the
God you didn't pick
prelude
that.
to it is really like Because of the Night, but it's beautiful. It's who's the Adam? Who's the keyboard player? And I'm thinking Danny Federici, but it's not. Roy Bittan. It's Roy Bittan. Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking Danny
Roy...
Federici also.
But, but it's Roy Bittan. They call him the professor. He's he's basically the band leader. The musical director in the E Street Band.
So he's to blame.
Yeah.
You're telling me he's the boss of the boss?
The
boss has a boss. That's funny. The boss.
Unbelievable.
But there's so much input in the E Street Band between him and Van Zandt and of course Bruce. But I think "Prove It All Night" is such a great song. I mean, this was a tough one between "Prove It All Night" or there's another big one. "Promised Land" is on this one too. But I mean, "Darkness" is one of such a great album. So it's hard to pick a single off it. But "Prove It All Night," that was like, again, the first song I think I ever heard from Springsteen was probably "Hungry Heart," and then I went back, and that comes out like 2 years later. Okay,
The River.
But this is the song that like keeps me hooked, and I'll still sometimes when I go on my Bruce Benders, I'll go and listen to this, and I'll listen to so many different versions of it. I love it. I love Springsteen.
I love that you have Bruce Benders. Like nobody knows where you are. They can't get in touch with you. You're up all night.
Yeah, I mean,
listen to the boss. Where's Dad? He's in the garage. Listen to the boss.
Yes,
leave him alone.
I tried to do a wet leg bender, but it would have ended with a rope and a chair. So just forget that.
Your mixtape was going well, and then this song came out.
3 great songs, and then
you know what? I think it's the nasal. He has like a nasal thing. I just can't. Like, I don't know. It just does something to me. It just doesn't, and not in a positive way. Like, it's just something I just don't. I don't know. I think he's, like I said, we talked about this many times. Last week, I think I told you, I watched the interview. Like, he's super talented, a gem, made a dent in the musical business for sure. But I don't know, man. I just couldn't. And I love how you keep bringing up Springsteen. It's kind of like kids that won't eat peas, but you still serve peas. You're like, you're going to eat these peas. Eventually, you're going to like them.
You're going to like them.
You're going to like these peas. You keep serving Anthony and I these peas, man. One day, we're just going to be like, I love Springsteen. Who knew?
I've been wrong my whole life.
Who knew? We just didn't listen to it enough. That's what it was. I mean,
it's because I didn't know the backstory.
Yeah. He's great, of course, but, I just, like I said, it's tough, it's tough to listen to. Adam, you're a big fan, so
I think
I don't want to.
I think me and Jeff are gonna have to make you a Springsteen mixtape.
Oh boy!
All right, I'll give it a shot.
And all extended versions.
Right.
I don't mind that because then it's less of him singing.
We're gonna do the versions.
I like jamming,
telling the stories and talking.
Oh yeah, the storyteller.
Well, the jamming I like. So his bands, I like
great.
Max and everybody, and it's
Max is a great drummer.
Yeah,
Max Weinberg.
He's talented. It's just they can't do it.
Wait,
They're all
you
talented.
do is compliment this guy, but yet when I bring up his name, you guys like all of a sudden like hate this guy. What did he do? Did he steal a girlfriend from you guys? What is it about Sprint that you don't like?
It's the music. It's the sound of the music. It's not him as an artist. It's not him as a songwriter. It's not what he hasn't done for music because he's done so much. It's just the sound. I just can't, like you hate half of what Anthony plays. So you just don't like the sound
because the most commercial band Anthony picks is Scritti Politti.
Scritti Politti? What is that?
Exactly. That's more your deal. That's more Staten Island 89.
Is that a real thing? That sounds like a word that you're not allowed to say for some reason.
Adam, do you know? Have you ever heard of Scritti?
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Adam reads magazines of music, like he knows stuff. But to be fair,
never heard of that. I missed Scritti Politti.
I guarantee that'll be a band you like. And you know something?
He's not like Scritti Politti. They're not punk. punk. They're like dance. They're like dance.
They're the godfather of that weird Japanese band.
No,
I think
he
they're
I
called
like all kinds of this. I don't only like punk. I just, I try to pick stuff that.
But that's what's great about Springsteen is like we don't have to like him. Like he's your guy. Like that's what's beautiful about it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like Johnny Cash is my guy. Like we all have our guys. And that's your guy. And I think that's, we don't have to like it. It's better when people don't like your guy. I mean, ask Anthony.
He wasn't for me. He wasn't for my generation. I'm not from New Jersey. There was no reason I was going to. The closest thing I have to a connection is that Max Weinberg was the drummer for Conan O'Brien, and I grew up watching Conan O'Brien. That's the closest I can come.
That's a stretch, man.
It's a real stretch. That's as close as it's going to get.
Well, Born in the USA is my introduction. And so, and that album was, as kids watching MTV, it was like, that's the last thing we wanted to see was Bruce Springsteen back on, dancing with Courtney Cox. It was just too much Springsteen back then. That song was gigantic.
Was it your drunk aunt dance?
He's like doing that. He's like, he did the Carlton.
That's not even like a quintessential Springsteen song.
He did the Carlton, man.
Did the Carlton come from that? I feel like I heard.
I think they did.
That it actually came from that dance.
Yeah.
If you look at the 3-album run that Springsteen had in the 70s, where Born to Run, Darkness on the Edge of Town, and The River. I mean, I don't know if you could pick an artist that can top that 3-album
Probably
run.
Not. That's not what we're arguing. It's just about. It's not about that he's. Nobody's saying he's bad. Nobody's saying he's not talented and not groundbreaking. We're just saying it's.
You just don't like his music.
We don't like listening to it.
I don't enjoy.
That's saying you don't like him.
I don't like.
It's like a hot girl, and you're like, I don't want to talk to her, but I'll look at her.
I don't wish bad things on him. I'm sure he's a decent person. I'm not even angry about his success. I just don't want to listen to his music.
He deserves his success. He deserves all of it. He worked his ass off. He, nobody took him in. Like he really kind of, went the way that an artist should go. But I think his Super Bowl thing pissed me off too. I hated that Super Bowl performance.
When he did the slide,
right to the camera,
in his crotch. Like it was just, I don't know. He just came off like when he's just Bruce. When he's like jean jacket, not fucking talking, just singing and sweating and doing a 3-hour show. That Bruce I could probably get into, but when he's trying to be like, hey, like cool or whatever, I don't know. I just can't do it.
Have you guys ever seen him live?
Absolutely not.
And I would see him live. I
Okay,
would.
this summer,
I wouldn't pay for it, but I'd see him live. Yeah. I will go and I'll be a gentleman and I won't criticize and I will lose myself at a Springsteen show.
Wow, you'll lose yourself.
I'll do my best.
Okay, thank you, Eminem.
I'll start drinking that night. I'll start drinking again so I can get through the concert. Well, Adam, sell me on Springsteen. Jeff has tried. Why do you like him so much? What's so great about Springsteen?
I think part of it is, part of it's growing up in New Jersey, being a kid in the 80s. Also, my father loved Springsteen, and so we always had Springsteen. I think my introduction also was Born in the USA. Born in the USA.
It was okay. That's a rough album.
But I like that. I mean, it's more of it's more commercial than the others. Yeah.
His voice.
I think the problem is after that there was no good albums until The Rising in 2002, and he had Springsteen had a rough 90s. He was very uncool.
You didn't like his solo stuff, Adam? Like Tunnel of Love?
Tunnel of Love I liked. I liked Tunnel of Love. I didn't really like Lucky Town or Human Touch.
Yeah, I like Lucky Town. I thought Lucky Town was a good one too.
But I loved Nebraska, which is I'd almost put that in that run too. I would put The Wild, the Innocent, the East Street Shuffle in that run too, because that is an excellent and underappreciated album. The one right before Born to Run.
Even the names of the albums don't sound cool. It's just nothing about it.
That doesn't sound cool
Born
to you.
to Run is okay. Born to Run is okay.
Born
to Run's okay.
It sounds fine.
That's fine.
I mean, what was the one you just said?
Oh, The Wild, the Innocent, the East Street Shuffle. That's got Rosalita on it.
Why would I ever want to?
Is that the Chicago Bears song?
Great,
is that their
great song?
Oh, Super Bowl Shuffle. Sorry,
Super Bowl. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just.
Oh, yeah,
but I mean, I was a kid in the 80s, but I was getting into music in the early 90s, and there was nothing less cool than this kind of music.
So many artists had
well, at that time, all the metal bands, they were kind of like not cool because grunge took over. But now we kind of like look at grunge. You know, it looks a little self-loathing. You know, everything has its time. You got to look at it in its time period.
Yeah.
And I continually try with Bruce, and so, I'm not giving up on Bruce. I'm just saying, but this episode,
don't give up on Bruce.
I even saw that movie where that Indian kid like listened to all the music and like learned how to like talk to girls and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
What is that?
Was it good?
It was okay. It's fun.
Was it as good as Yesterday? Did you see that movie?
Oh, yeah. I think I saw
that was also an Indian guy who kind of
I didn't like that one too much. That was kind of dumb, but this is actually a true story. It's about a kid that listened to Bruce Springsteen tapes in India or something and kind of helped him.
You see that, Anthony?
Yeah.
Blinded by the Light. That's the name.
What did it help him? Yeah. What did it help him do?
It helped him talk
it's
to
good.
girls.
I mean, you know.
Helped him talk to girls.
Helped him like be cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
I learned how to wear a jean jacket with no sleeves. You know, that kind of thing.
That's right.
Bandanas.
Cars.
Learn how to slide into cameras crotch first.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I just don't get it.
I mean, I get it. I totally get it. It's just not. You know, I think you get it too. It's not that you don't get it. It's just that you're not. You know.
I'm not buying what he's selling.
I'm buying what he's selling. That's the difference between me and Anthony. I'm buying what he's selling. I just don't like the sound. I
hate the sound. But every person that plays in that band is a very talented musician.
Yeah.
They all could be session
But
guys.
collectively, you don't like them.
Collectively, I don't think the music sounds cool. I think it sounds very lame.
I like Stevie Van Sant. That's his name. I think he's great.
He was great in The Sopranos.
He's great in Sopranos, and he's a great guitarist. He's fun. Like he's a good, guitar dude. All right, let's keep going. We're running out of time.
We got two more here.
Springsteen hour.
Yeah. My fifth one is off of, I think, a pretty good Rolling Stones album, off of Some Girls, and I like this song because I just
he's got it.
Yeah,
great artwork.
Dustin's on fire today. Dustin's on fire.
Fire.
Original press.
Yes.
Nice.
Wow. That's pretty.
Nice.
Now, I don't know if you ever saw the video for this song, "Beats the Burden."
I don't know.
I'm actually thinking of "Waiting on a Friend" is the video.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the video. No.
But "Beats the Burden" is such like a great song, and there's so many great covers of it. You know, Tina Turner did a great one of this, and but the Stones version of this, it's just so good. It's really cool. It's very smooth. You know, you gotta love Jagger's voice in this. You know, just like his phrasing of the song, Keith Richards' blues style guitar. I really love Beats the Burn. Curious to what you guys think. I think Anthony can go either way on this.
What do you think? What thing, Anthony? Either way, what's going on?
I like it. You know, I'm not the biggest Stones fan, but I saw them live in '97 with the Foo Fighters opening up. And they put on a great show. I mean, they were old then. They're older now, but they were still old, and they played for like 2.5 hours. And I like this one. It's a good song. Did you say this was a cover, or other people have covered this?
No, a lot of people have covered this one since, and it's always good, man. It's got a good hook. It's bluesy, but yet it's still kind of pop. You know,
it's not too bluesy. Sometimes the blues that they do bugs me.
Like what? Like
Rubber Soul, baby.
I don't know, but just sometimes they just sound like a barroom band, and that's.
I think that's what they're going for.
Well, maybe that's what they're going for. That's not what I'm going for.
Well, the story behind Rubber Soul of the Beatles album is that they, I guess it was a famous blues musician. I'm not sure who it was, but he was talking about the Rolling Stones, and he called them Plastic Soul. And so, it was a little bit of rivalry between the Beatles and the Stones, and so they named that album a Rubber Soul to kind of like.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
I like it.
But
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's a good song. They're great. I think this is a perfect album. Actually, this is a really good Rolling Stones album. I mean, if you're gonna have a few albums, this is definitely one to own. Like Sticky Fingers and
oh yeah,
that's a great one.
And this song was it was a nice pick me up after Springsteen on the mixtape.
You could put Gangnam Style after that. We'd be like, yeah, it's a pretty good song, man.
Hey, don't shit on Gangnam Style. That's a good one. I can do a small little playlist. I like
We'll do
that
that
stuff.
soon. We'll do that soon. We'll do the worst. We'll do the worst songs thing. That'll be funny. It'll be like 5 songs that are the worst.
That's pretty funny.
Adam, you seem like a Stones guy.
Well, I'm a much bigger Springsteen fan than the Stones, but
Whoa.
no, but I've seen the Stones live a few times. They're incredible in concert, and I saw them at their 50th anniversary show over at Prudential, and then saw them again recently at MetLife, and always a good time. I like the song. I don't really know much about the album. I'm looking through the track list though, but I really like the song "Shattered."
Shattered's great.
Miss You,
Great
Just My
song.
Imagination. I got to pick this album
remake.
up. This is a good one, yeah. But yeah, it was never.
Miss You was
really-
kind of like that disco song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they are amazing live. Yeah, I saw Living Color open up for him. That was,
Oh, nice.
I worked
That's a
on
good
that
one.
tour.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, break us
Okay.
home, Jeff.
I got one more. I just want to before I do that, I just want to give you 3 songs that were in the running that didn't make the list.
Do
And
that at the
one
end.
song.
Do that at the end.
No, you can save it. Then we end with this song on here. Okay, so I thought it would be "So Lonely" by the Police off of Orlando Stormore.
Okay.
Good song.
I was also
Hate the Police more than I hate Springsteen. Go ahead.
Wow. Wow.
If I met Sting, I would punch him. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Why? Because he's into like Renaissance music now.
No, because he's Sting. I just hate him. It's a stupid name and the band. I hate Police.
He's cool.
He's not cool. Ugh,
Yeah.
gross. I hate he talks about his sex life all the time. I can't take
No,
it.
he's
I'm
very
out.
open.
Yeah.
You got to admire
out.
that.
I'm done
Should
with
be
that dude.
closed.
Okay,
He should be more
I
closed.
was also considering "Surrender" by Cheap
Surrender's
Trick off of Heaven
great.
Tonight, but I think the better version is off the live album.
Oh,
And
great song.
yeah,
On board with that.
okay, and okay, and then that was it. So okay, so here's the song that we're going home with.
That was it. That
is-
was it. Here we go.
Well, because I put this other one on, you guys will make fun of me.
We won't make fun of you. Go. What's the other one?
Okay, I still to this day love Andy Gibbs' "Shadow Dancing" that came out in '78. It's written by the Bee Gees. The Bee Gees do backing vocals on it. It sounds like a Bee Gees song. I love the Bee Gees. This is at the height of their career, and then you have their younger brother come out with this. This was a monster hit, and it still holds up. It's a fun song.
I do Bee Gees. I like Bee Gees, man.
I like the Bee Gees more than who you actually picked.
Anthony, I don't care if you don't like this next one. Okay, going to see him on Valentine's
All right,
Day.
hurry
I'm
up.
taking
We
my
got a hard
family to
out.
go
Come
see
on.
him.
What do
I
you got?
know.
Get to it.
It's Half a Mile Away by Billy Joel.
Oh,
off
you
of
got it.
52nd Street.
I
See,
got 'em all.
he
I got 'em
knows.
all. I got 'em
He
all.
knows. It's a good album. And what this is the follow up to he had a monster album
Mm-hmm.
before called The Stranger. And then he has to follow it up with this. Now, this song here wasn't a single. It's almost going to say it's like kind of like a deep track, but I love it. I love the horns. I love the energy of it. And Billy Joel has a lot of songs like that. Songs like Zanzibar.
Mhm.
That are Sleeping with the Television On, which weren't like really his big hits, but they're great songs and great live songs. And this is a song that he's starting to bring back into his live set. I love this song. I love the energy of it. I hadn't heard it in years, and then when you said, let's do this, and I put it on, man, I started playing this a lot. I realized what a good song this really is.
What was the song you picked again?
Half a Mile Away.
Half a Mile Away. Yeah. That's pretty good. I didn't buy this, Anthony, just so you know.
Didn't?
My stepfather left me some albums, and this is kind of
Oh,
like one of the
okay.
albums is there. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'll take it. I like Billy Joel, but I don't love Billy Joel. I don't have a disdain for him like you do for the Eagles and Springsteen. But but I'll listen to it. I'll put on an album once in a while and I'll get into it. And this is a great song. I think this album was, this was everywhere because I was a little kid. I'm a lot older than Anthony, but I was a little kid when this kind of came out, and it was like, it was kind of refreshing, I guess. When you're a kid, you don't know really what music is yet. You're kind of just figuring it out. So this is kind of one of the formative years of like, oh, okay, that's interesting, good beat. And, I remember Big Shot. I remember the lyrically, I started understanding
Big Shot.
that song and stuff.
That was a single. What were the singles off of this one?
Big Shot was a single.
My Life.
My Life is huge. I mean, I think My Life is
The
gigantic.
theme song to the TV shows.
Really
what
know
was it?
these by
Bosom
title.
Buddies.
Bosom Buddies, that's
Yeah.
right.
Tom
Wow,
Hanks.
you got that right off. You got
Tom
that right
Hanks.
away.
Nobody knows the other guy's name, but Tom Hanks. Was
Peter Scolari.
What's the other guy's name?
Peter Scolari.
Is that his name?
He just passed away recently.
Oh,
Wow.
All right. Rest in peace, Peter. That guy.
Scolari.
Peter, that guy.
Peter, that dude.
Adam, you seem like a Billy Joel guy.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed Billy Joel, and just like Springsteen, he was a staple, pretty much on my dad's record player in the '80s. And I didn't really know this song though. Half a Mile Away. I enjoyed it, but I know off this album, Zanzibar, My Life, and Big Shot were the ones that I remembered more. But I was like the Stranger right before this, which is such a fantastic album.
Really?
Yeah, that is great.
If I have to put on Billy Joel, I think I'd put on some stuff from The Stranger. There's a couple
Yeah.
of songs I don't mind.
Scenes from an
That
Italian restaurant.
What's that later one? We didn't start the
Innocent-
fire.
That's
Oh,
that-
Stormfront.
But that's like a worse version of REM's "It's the End of the World as We Know It."
That one.
It's like he was trying to rewrite that song.
You think so?
I mean, like the verse is
think
pretty
so.
similar
I don't think so.
I don't
with
think
the
so.
fast
Come on,
lyrics.
Stop it.
It's like a worse. To me, that's what I hear. I hear a worse version of that REM song.
I don't like the REM one at all.
Wow,
I don't like REM either. How about that? I just said it.
I love REM.
Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan.
I love REM.
You don't like
Good.
Driver 8, Dustin?
Just once again overplayed.
It's an infuriating
They got a
song.
YouTube problem. They got a YouTube problem. Just too much overplayed, man. Just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys don't get like great artists. You're just like, I don't care how great you are.
How about when it first came out? A song like Losing My Religion. Yeah, it's overplayed. But did you like it when it first happened?
Not really. I didn't love it because it was too much radio play. We were trying not to listen to shit on the radio. Like we were trying, my crew, I guess, we were trying to go for, the record store. We'd get the English imports and stuff. We were trying to do stuff that they weren't playing, the B-side stuff, the weird stuff, the imports, we were just trying to do stuff that was different. Echo and the Bunnymen, they weren't playing that on the radio.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it was
And
like
rightfully
that's
so.
that's the kind. No, come on.
Oh man.
For the
What's gonna
alarm,
have this-
the
what's
alarm,
this-
you
I
know,
love
that
the
was-
alarm.
They
Yeah,
weren't
it's
playing
great.
the alarm, they weren't playing certain band. Like we were trying to big country, that's who we were into.
Love Big Country too.
So it's like, it's just like certain bands like REM. I don't know, just wasn't. So I get what
Yeah.
Anthony's saying. We
I'm
it's
kind
a
of
little younger.
surprised, like a band like the Alarm. I really thought they were going to go to a different stratosphere, because they were always being compared to U2, and
Yeah.
then they just stopped. But their first two albums, man, 68 Guns was a great
Yeah.
one. What was that song? Come on down and meet your maker. Remember that one?
Yeah, I
The
think
Stand.
so.
The Stand.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
a great song.
REM had a song called "Stand," which is great.
Which was also a TV show.
Yeah, get a life.
Get a Life.
Everybody's
Theme song.
ripping off
Love
REM,
it.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's ripping off REM. It's
Just listen to
all-
REM.
The
Don't-
end of the show as we know it. It's
We didn't get to
end
the
of
Twitch
show.
comments.
What happened?
But we didn't do the Twitch comments.
Oh,
said you
well,
were
I
saving
went.
them.
Did you see them? Give me some because
Nah.
I lost mine.
I wasn't looking.
I was looking. I lost some. Sarah Green had Gloria Steiner. I Will Survive or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
That's all I remember.
Gloria
Sorry,
Gaynor,
Sarah.
yeah.
Sorry, Sarah. I
Shout
tried to
out
go
Sarah.
back to the chats and it's all gone. Give me one of your favorite '70s songs, Sarah. Can you hit the chat? Are you still there? Are you there, Sarah? Sarah, there you are. Sarah, where are you? No. Give us one, Sarah. Give us one. Come on, it's 5:00. We got to hard out. We got to go. Hurry up. Annie's gonna cancel the show. Baba O'Reilly.
Oh, the Who,
Oh, The Who.
Baba
The Who.
O'Reilly.
Oh,
Love
The
that
Who.
song.
That's
Yeah.
78.
Love it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be. That's
So
off of,
great one.
Way to
Who
close
You?
it out, Sarah. Way to
Yeah.
close it out with the
Yes.
Who, baby. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching our show and listening to us on the podcast, and follow us on YouTube and all this stuff. We got a new website coming out, Dustin's Vinyl website. So check that out. We're going to have some fun stuff on there. And thank you, everybody. Woo!
Yeah. Bye, everybody. I got to get out of here.
Vinyl Records.
Bye,
see you later. All right, buddy. All right, Jeff's going to leave some to talk about them. Yay.
That was good.
That's good. Thank you.